Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to my hobby blog. Today I'm really excited because this is the fourth or third progress report that I'm doing. So I really only read books this past week, but I also finished Whole Cake Island. I think I mentioned that last week that I was getting close to it, but I've now finished it. The Whole Cake Island arc of One Piece, but I've also finished the Reverie arc. So I watched both of those arcs. I have my notes ready. I need to shorten my Whole Cake Island notes, and then I can do the spoiler review on that. And then I want to do Reverie as soon as possible, but I will be starting Wano, I think either today or tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. I finished 2 books in the last week. I've just been sort of binging a lot of books. I read about half of the Danny Trejo audiobook that I've been reading. And I mentioned that in the last video, and that one is just continuing to be a really fascinating read. I'm really admiring the character of Danny Trejo because he just seems to be a very upstanding guy, and the experiences that he had during prison and then after prison, when he sort of became like a mentor for a lot of different people. I'm really enjoying those sections. I'm in 1972, 75 right now, so he's sort of beginning his career in acting and sort of getting his feet under him. He just got married, got a new car. It's really fascinating, kind of getting his story. But the first book that I read this week that I finished was Dragonhaven, which is the Robin Hobb book 2 of the Rainwild Chronicles. I really enjoyed this book. I thought the first half was a big old slog, just like book 1, but then a lot of romances started appearing, and a lot of these characters started to actually communicate with one another and talk with each other about the feelings and about the mission at hand. And I really loved the last half of this book. I still think it's one of the weakest books in Realm of the Outerlings, but I really enjoyed it. I'm really loving the character of Elise, Daimara, Cedric. I didn't think I would start liking him, but he's getting really interesting. I really like the character of Carson. I think that was his name, but he is beginning a romance with another character who I'm really enjoying that plot a lot. But I'm really looking forward to starting book 3 here soon because there's a lot that I want to know more about now that some events have happened. So I'm really looking forward to continuing this series, but I really want to get back with Fitz and the Fool because those are my favorite characters, maybe in all of literature, but I'm really enjoying the series now. I wasn't during book 1, but during book 2, I think I'm getting a lot more invested in the characters. And a lot of the characters I did not like in book 1 are no longer around in book 2. So I'm really happy about that. It's really nice to not have to be in their heads anymore. But another book that I read this week that I absolutely loved. Book 1 I thought was very strong. I thought it was great. I gave it a 8 or 8.5, I think. But this book is another level higher. It is book 2 of the Bloodsworn trilogy by John Gwynne, Hunger of the Gods. So this is just an absolutely fantastic book. I read it in 3 days. I was reading about 200 pages a day, and I just love it. I just really love this book. I love the character relationships. I love the characters. I love the action. I love the world building. I love the magic. I love the gods and all the different sort of details surrounding the gods. This is very much scratching the itch that I had after finishing The Crippled God by Steven Erikson, which is Malazan. I just really love Malazan, and this is like scratching it so deeply, the itch that I had after finishing that series, because that's my favorite series. I think it's definitely top 3 for me, and I just feel like a lot of the books I've read have not been to that level of Malazan in a very long time, outside of like One Piece or Berserk or Book of the New Sun, Realm of the Elderlings is top 3 as well. But this series, I think, is definitely a top 10 for me. And I'm not even in book 3 yet. I'm going to start book 3 sometime soon. I'm very much looking forward to getting into it. I love the characters of Orca, Elvar. It's just a lot of fun getting the sort of thought processes, and I just really love also getting some of the newer characters that we are introduced to, and I don't want to get into that, but I just am loving this series. It's the first time in a while where a trilogy has really grabbed me like this. First Law was almost there, but then, I don't know, this book feels like it's a lot more my sort of preference. So I'm really excited to get into book 3, which is Fury of the Gods. But that's really it in terms of what I have to talk about. But I do have 2 books that I want to get to this week. So the first one is going to be book 2 of Wars of Light and Shadow by Janey Wertz, Ships of Merio. This also includes book 3 in this copy, so it's only about till the halfway point, I believe, is when book 2 finishes. But I'm very excited for this. I wasn't too hot on book 1. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I felt like I was reading Eye of the World again, where I could see a lot of the masterful elements just sort of hiding beneath the surface for me. And I don't have the feet under me yet for the series. I was just lost for a lot of the book. But I really enjoyed the characters of Artheron and Lysae. So I'm very much looking forward to getting more about them, but also knowing more about the world. And I know there's a time jump in book 2, so I'm very curious to see what events happen, because it seemed like there were a lot of wars and a lot of tension going on towards the end of the book 1. So I'm really curious to see where the plot goes. I want to, because I've heard a lot of hype around book 2, but I know nothing about it. So I've purposely have kept my eyes away from anything Wars of Light and Shadow all these years, and it's paying off, because book 1 was really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I love the prose. I love the pacing of it. I love the events. I love the characters. It's just really special, and I'm really hoping that book 2 sort of continues and becomes even better for me. Sort of like how Wheel of Time was, where Eye of the World, I loved it, I enjoyed it, but book 2, book 3, it was just sort of like, it was a step up every book. And from what I know of Wars of Light and Shadow, this series is one of those series. And now that the final book is out, I've heard it's just one of the best of all time. So I'm really excited to be able to read the series. I'm still looking for books 7 to 11, but it's really hard to find them. But another book I want to read this week, I'm debating on starting this first and just getting it done, and sort of letting myself read a really short book, because this is only like 200 pages. But it's by Frank Herbert, who also wrote the Dune books. But this is The God Makers. It's a really cool cover. But, I was thinking about reading this, because look at how short that is. I know nothing about it. I haven't read the back in a while, but it is another sci-fi story. So, if anything, it might be really interesting to compare and contrast with Dune. So, I'm really excited to get into this. This came out just after book 2, so that's really fun. Sort of time capsule for me. But there's really not much left to talk about in terms of books. But I will be starting Wano here soon, as I said. Movies, I may do some more movie watches. I want to do a Final Destination ranking video, because I did see the new movie and I want to talk more about it, at least in that ranking video. And I really enjoyed it. It's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite. But it's definitely one of the... it's definitely part of the new or part of the series. Like it doesn't feel like it's a outlier within the series. It feels very much within the universe, and I love that. I'm happy it was consistent, but I'll get into it later. But yeah, let me know what you think. Comment below your thoughts about these books. I would love to know more. And thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the day.